By 2011, the space shuttles were getting old, but that wasn't the only reason NASA stopped using them. They were also expensive to launch and difficult to maintain. The shuttle could be used to do some amazing things that no other spacecraft would do. They grab satellites from orbit and return them safely to Earth. Where the test that NASA was using shuttles for was too expensive for NASA to continue. Many people were sad to see shuttle program end. NASA was getting out of the fourth between Earth and space in order to focus on space science and exploration. The agency also planned new missions to send robotic rovers and people to exciting destinations such as Mars. For the first time, NASA made a decision to turn over more common types of mission to commercial companies. The dawn of a new era. Commercial companies had a lot to learn. Designers and engineers had to build vehicles that could function safely while using dangerous fuels, traveling at a high speed. They also had to create a system that could spaceship fly on course. When the space age began in the late 1950s, only the United States and Soviet Union had the money, resources, and technology for space travel. Over time, though, more nations and even some commercial companies entered the space business. In the 1960s, private companies began to still use the government launch vehicle to carry the satellites up into space. By the 1980s, private companies were building their own rocket for launching satellites into orbit. By the mid-1990s, newer companies were entering the space business. What made this company lack in experience, they made up in effort. Advances in technology put space within the reach of many business owners. Companies were competing with each other for a piece of space business. Today, commercial companies planning many kinds of space missions. They plan to take tourists to the edge of space and back, deliver crews and supplies into orbit, put new space station, a second space race. In 1996, the Assembly 8 Prize was announced as a special competition to speed up development of private spaceship. The $10 million prize would go to the first private company to build a pilot and spaceship into space that with at least one person on board and the room to carry two others. To win the eighth prize, the spaceship would have to fly at least 62.1 miles up and return to Earth. Then the team would have to do the whole trip over and over again within 2 weeks. It took 8 years for someone to claim the $10 million prize. In 2004, the American company Scale Composite won its big called Spaceship One. Spaceship One didn't take from a runway like an airplane or blast off a rock of the mountain. Instead, the plane named White Knight carried Spaceship One up to 50,000 feet and released the spaceplane from beneath its belly. Within seconds, Spaceship One's rocket engines roared, pushing the vehicle to more than 3,000 miles per hour, almost 4 times the speed of sound. The small spaceplane then climbed the past 62.5 miles just beyond the edge of space. Take it to the right. Company version satellite portal with the mock-ups of Spaceship One to make the space tourism available to people all over the world. Company is selling tickets for trip in space for $200,000 per passenger, less than 1% of what they had to pay to travel into space. Spaceship Two is the spaceplane that Virgin Galactic used to carry paying tourists into space. It has its own mothership. Now White Knight 2 uses a design that is similar to Spaceship One, though it is larger. Like Spaceship One, it's designed to fly the edge out of bag and back passengers on board. Spaceship Two will experience about 6 minutes of weightlessness before returning home. When Spaceship Two is ready to return to Earth, pilot will tilt the wing to slow down the vehicle. Spaceship Two will attack like a giant badminton body, fall back to Earth much more slowly. Slowing down the Spaceship Two keeps it from getting too hot during the re-entry. Because it is upless, it doesn't need the heavy dash shield that many other spaceships use. Launching from White Knight 2 allows the spaceship to use less fuel to reach space. This saving helps keep down the cost. Once the space plane has descended to an altitude of 30.2 miles, the pilot moves the wing back to the normal position. The space plane then calls and glides for landing on the big runway at the spaceport in America in New Mexico. The entire flight is expected to take about 2 hours. In October 2014, one pilot died when a Spaceship Two crashed in California during a test flight, which reminded everyone of the risks involved with the new technology. The company plans to continue working towards safe commercial space flight. Space delivery service. People living and working in space for long periods of time need regular deliveries of supplies and equipment. Soon after the Ansari X flight competition ended in 2004, NASA announced that it would offer prizes for private companies that were able to come up with creative and less expensive ways to move cargo from Earth to ISS. In response to NASA announcement, even more private companies began working on new space vehicles. SpaceX is one of the companies that work hard to develop a vehicle that can make regular trips to the ISS without such high price tag. SpaceX has also built a usable spacecraft, the Dragon, that can fly without a crew. The Dragon capsule rides into the space of top of a Falcon 9 rocket, which is also built by SpaceX. When the capsule arrived near the ISS, it was nearby so it not bump into the station when the ISS crew uses the station robotic arm to grab the spacecraft. SpaceX SpaceX began delivering supplies and equipment to the ISS in 2012, also bring cargo back into Earth. When the Dragon leaves the ISS, it splashes down the Pacific Ocean near California. SpaceX then collects the capsule and took part of the rocket to use them again. People movers. Space stations are spacecraft that are placed in long-term orbit around the Earth. Modern space stations are often put together from many pieces. Once a space station is completed, crew can come on board to work and live. Scientists use space stations to study the effect and long-term space mission on people. Also, scientists can do many experiments on board the ISS that will not be possible on Earth. The ISS is the largest one that has ever been built. It was created with the help of many nations, at a cost of billions of dollars. It can be seen from night from Earth with the naked eye. Since the first crew entered the ISS on November 2nd, 2000, it has never been empty. More than 200 people from 50 nations visited the space station. Moving people safely back and forth from the space station, such as the ISS, is an important job. In 2010, NASA asked commercial companies to design spacecraft to move people back and forth to the space station. This ship would need to be able to carry 7 astronauts to the ISS. Then they would need to stay up docked to 210 days for flying back to Earth and landing safely. NASA judged the early spaceship design and awarded money to 4 companies to develop their plans. A company called Sierra Nevada proposed a space glider called the Dream Chaser. It is designed to space the Earth on top of a rocket that glide back down to Earth. SpaceX created a different new version of its Dragon capsule for moving people back and forth to the space station. 2 other companies, Boeing and Blue Origin, also designed capsules that would go on a rocket and splash down into the ocean at the end of the mission. Private space stations. What if you wanted to visit the space for more than a few minutes at a time? At least one company, Bigelow Aerospace, is working to make space hotels a reality. Bigelow is creating a balloon habitat. The habitat falls up into a rocket cargo area, expands when it is placed into an orbit. The company is working on a unit that will house 6 people in space in a similar size to the ISS. The skin of the balloon habitat is made of strong fabric, such as nylon and Kevlar. Building a space station, the fabric may seem strange, but Bigelow engineers say the fabric will actually work better than metal. While this floor habitat on barely yet, Bigelow sent 2 empty test models to space in 2006 and 2007. These scores plan more pieces will be launched and joined into the world's first private space station. Conclusion. The final flight of the space shuttle marked the end of one period in space travel, also meant the beginning of an exciting age of commercial spaceflight. Private companies around the world are working hard to bring the spacecraft design, the drawing board, to the real world. Companies will provide many new options for sending cargo and people into space of time. Get ready for the commercial space age